welcome to Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. I'm Steve Swatt with the Sacramento Report. In the next few minutes, we're going to talk about higher education, especially funding for higher education in the California budget. My guest this segment is Das Williams, who is a member of the State Assembly from Santa Barbara and Ventura counties. Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
And you are also the chair of the Higher Education Committee.
That's right.
And I know you're very much concerned about this issue. UC Santa Barbara, for example, and other schools are in your district. The governor did throw some extra money into the budget when he proposed it in January for higher education, but I guess when it comes to both UC and CSU system, you think demand is exceeding supply?
Absolutely. And this is, remember that slight 5% increases on the heels of a large decrease. Mm-hmm. And I praise the governor for making that investment. But if we're really going to enroll more students, we need to make a higher investment. If we were to enroll all the students that qualify for a UC and CSU education, it would take about 95 million additional in the CSU and 125 additional in the UC. And that's what I'm urging the governor to do. That's a relatively small amount of money in terms of the budget, but it makes a huge difference for the future economy of the state of California, because that means another 40,000 graduates, 35,000 graduates that we would get that our economy desperately needs. My feeling is that our economy long-term is very much based on how many skilled, educated employees that we produce out of our universities.
Well, our statewide budget the picture is much better than it used to be, but you're standing in a long line because there are a lot of others who,
That's right.
who want some more money for health and welfare issues and whatever. I mean, so there's a lot of competition out there.
There is, though I think part of the logic here is that higher education is an investment in future tax revenues. Sure. Because it helps businesses. And the other part of it is, like some of the health and welfare programs, it was some of the most dramatically cut during the tough times. And so I think we have a pretty strong argument that students need it, but also that our economy needs that
and our
funding
businesses
for higher
need skilled labor too.
That's right.
Right. While you're here, I want to talk about one of your bills, which is pretty intriguing. A lot of people I don't think are aware of it, dealing with recycling and the city's ability to take green waste but then dump it in a landfill. This doesn't make sense, and I don't think a lot of people know this is going on.
You know, I think recycling is really important for the state, but there is a big loophole out there that allows cities to take the green waste that you've already separated from your trash and then cut it up and put it on a landfill and even get recycling credit for it. And this is really bad for the environment because green waste that's put into a landfill becomes a potent greenhouse gas called methane.
Right.
And it's also bad for our recycling system because it really prevents us from being able to get a composting industry going in the state of California. And composting is one of these ways that we can create jobs, but also help reduce our greenhouse gas emissions and global warming. And so this bill, if we can close this loophole, it doesn't say that cities can't put it in the landfill, but it says you don't get recycling credit for putting stuff into a landfill. And I think that makes sense to people. And what that would do is help foster an industry that could create 14,000 jobs in the state. So it could have a lot of different benefits.
All right. Well, we're out of time for this segment. We covered two fascinating issues. Thank you very much, Das Williams, for coming by and talking about it.
Thank you for having me.
And thanks to our viewers also for watching Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. A reminder, you can see this and other interviews on YouTube, also on My Government on Demand. I'm Steve Swatt. Have a great day.